Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Giulia Story. I am absolutely thrilled to have you to join me today for what I believe will be a transformative learning experience. Let me first tell you a bit about myself. I have been in the cybersecurity trenches for over 2 decades, wearing many hats along the way. I started my journey as an ethical hacker, one of those folks who breaks the system illegally to help make them stronger. From there, I evolved into a security operation where I spent years defending the organization against real-world attacks, managing incident response, and building security operations center from the ground up. Today, I work as a cybersecurity architect, helping organizations designing and implement comprehensive security strategy that actually work in the real world. And let me tell you, after 20 years in the field, I have seen them all. From simple malware infection that built down an entire company to sophisticated nation state attacks that redefined how we think about cybersecurity. By here, what I have learned, the most successful organization aren't really those with the biggest security budget and the fastest tool. They are the one that understood cyber resilience, the ability not just to defend against attacks, but to quickly recover and adapt when the inevitability happen. And that brings me to why we are here today. I am incredibly excited to introduce you our comprehensive video series, Building Cyber Resilience, Cloud Security for All. Now, you might wondering, why cloud security for all? Well, here is the reality. Whether you are a small startup or a Fortune 400 company, whether you are just starting your cloud journey, we are already full cloud native. The principle of cloud resilience applies to everyone. And in today's world, understanding cloud security isn't just for the IT department, it is essential knowledge for everyone involved in making business decisions. The series is structured into five comprehensive modules, each designed to build upon the previous one, while also standing alone as a valuable learning experience. We'll start with the module one, Foundation of Cyber Resilience and Risk Management. This is where we establish the foundational concept so you need to understand before diving into more technical topics. We'll explore what cyber resilience means, how it thinks about risk in business context, and how to build a security mindset that goes beyond just tools and hoping for the best. Then we'll move into module two, Cloud Fundamentals. Well, we'll dive deep into the big three cloud platform, AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. But it isn't just about learning which button to click. We'll explore the shared responsibility model, identity access management in the cloud, network security, and how to secure your data across different cloud services. Whether you're already using one of the platform or trying to decide which one is right for your organization, this module will give you the knowledge you need. Module 3 takes into advanced cloud security and architecture. This is where we'll explore cutting edge concepts like zero trust architecture, cloud native security tool, continuous security, and how to design security into your cloud infrastructure from the ground up. We'll also dive into emerging technology like serverless computing and then how to secure modern cloud native application effectively. Now, on module 4 is something in particular exciting about it. It's all about proactive security in the development lifecycle, or what we commonly call DevSecOps. This is where we explore how to shift the security left and integrate it into every stage of your software development process. We will cover threat modeling, secure coding practices, automated security testing, and how to build security into your CI/CD pipeline from day one. We also dive into software bill of materials container security scanning and how to create a culture where developers and security teams works together rather than against each other. And finally, on module 5, focus on incident response, auditing and compliance because here is the thing. No matter how good your security is, incident will happen. This module will teach you how to prepare from them, respond effectively, when they occur and they learn from them become more resilient. We also explore the complex world of a compliance framework and how to use them strategically rather than just treating as a checkbox exercise. Now, today, we are starting with the very first video of our series, and it is Module 1, Understanding Cyber Resilience Behind the Basic Security. This video is going to set the foundation for everything else we'll cover in this series. We're going to explore what cyber resilience really means, not just as a buzzword, but as a practical approach to cybersecurity that can transform how your organization thinks about the response to cyber threats. We start by examining the current threat landscaping and why traditional security approaches are often ignored. Then we'll dive into 5 fundamental pillars of basic security that every organization must have in place. But we don't stop here. We go way behind the basic to explore 7 advanced strategy that separates true resilient organization from those you're just ending by. You'll learn about strategy risk management, secure configuration baselines, proactive and predictive security, and how to leverage compliance framework and strategies allies rather than burdens. We will explore the shared responsibility model in the cloud environment, DevSecOps practice, and cutting-edge technology like cloud native application protection frameworks, also known as a CNAP for short. We also dive into the game-changing project like Zero Trust Security and how to address cybersecurity damage that come with AI adoption. By the end of the video, we'll have a comprehensive understanding of what it takes to build true cyber resilience in your organization, along with a practical roadmap for getting started. Whether you are a cybersecurity professional looking to expand your knowledge, a business leader trying to understand cyber risk, or someone who just getting started in the field, the series is designed to meet you where you are and take what the best to be. So grab your favorite drink and then comfortable and then dive into understand the cyber resilience and how it goes far behind basic security. Trust me, next 15-20 minutes are going to change how I think about security forever. And are you excited? I am. I am for sure. So let's get started. The digital world has become a battleground, and frankly, it's getting worse every day. Cyber threats aren't just increasing in number, they're becoming incredibly sophisticated. And we're seeing them make headlines almost daily. Here's the problem. The skilled professionals we need to defend against these threats, they're still incredibly scarce. This reality means we can't just rely on basic security anymore. We need something much deeper, something more comprehensive. We need what's called cyber resilience. And that's exactly what we're going to explore today, what cyber resilience really means, how it goes way beyond traditional security measures, and how you can build a program that doesn't just defend, but actually recovers quickly when attacks happen. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is cyber resilience? Well, according to the United States Department of Homeland Security, it's fundamentally about an organization's ability to resist, absorb, recover from, or successfully adapt to adversity or changes in conditions. Now, think about that for a moment. It's not just about having processes in place. It's about achieving an ultimate state of readiness. It's about being able to bounce back from any disruption, whether that's a sophisticated ransomware attack, a data breach, or any other cyber threat, without experiencing major disruptions to your operations. And in today's landscape, where we're seeing increasingly sophisticated attacks every single day, this ability to withstand and recover swiftly isn't just nice to have, it's absolutely critical for survival. Now, before we dive into the advanced stuff, let's talk about the foundation. Think of it like building a house. You need a solid foundation before you can build anything else. In cybersecurity, these foundational elements are your basic security measures. And honestly, many organizations are still struggling with these basics. Let me walk you through what I consider the 5 pillars of basic security. First up is endpoint protections. This is your frontline defense, and it's evolved dramatically over the past few years. Every laptop, every computer, every server in your organization needs robust protection. But we're not just talking about your grandfather's antivirus software anymore. Today, we're talking about endpoint detection and response, that's EDR, and endpoint protection platforms, or EPP. These solutions go way beyond simple virus scanning. They offer advanced threat hunting capabilities, behavioral analysis, and many even provide 24/7 incident response support directly from the vendors. It's like having a security team watching your endpoints around the clock. The second pillar is data safeguarding, and this might sound basic, but you'd be surprised how many organizations get this wrong. We're talking about good, reliable offline backups. These are absolutely paramount for securing your company's data and ensuring it's available when you need it, especially when you're facing a ransomware that can encrypt all your connected online drives. And here's something that's often overlooked. You must regularly test these backups. I can't tell you how many organizations have discovered their backups were corrupted or incomplete only when they desperately needed them during an actual incident. The third pillar is active data protection. This goes beyond just backing up your data. It's about protecting it while it's being used and transmitted. This means encrypting your company's data, both when it's moving around your network and when it's sitting in storage. The logic here is simple but powerful. If an attacker manages to steal encrypted data, technically, there's no breach. They might have your data, but they can't read it or use it. It's like stealing a locked safe. Without the combination, it's essentially worthless. The fourth pillar is identity and access management, or IAM. Securing your passwords and access controls is absolutely fundamental, and the single most effective measure you can implement, multi-factor authentication, or MFA. Microsoft has stated that MFA can block over 99.9% of account compromise attacks. Think about that, over 99.9%. That's an incredible return on investment for a relatively simple security control. This also involves following updated password requirements from standards like NIST, which, by the way, has moved away from those complex password requirements we all used to hate, and implementing password managers across your organization. And finally, the fifth pillar is asset inventory. Here's a simple truth. You can't protect what you don't know you have. Creating a comprehensive inventory of all your assets, software, hardware, cloud resources, even those ephemeral containers that spin up and down, is absolutely foundational to building a cyber resilient organization. I've seen too many organizations discover critical systems only after they've been compromised. Don't let that be you. Now, while these basic security measures are essential, and again, many organizations are still struggling with them, true cyber resilience demands that we go way beyond these basics. It requires a more comprehensive, strategic, and adaptive approach. Let me share with you 7 advanced strategies that separate truly resilient organizations from those that are just getting by. The first advanced strategy is strategic risk management. Here's a hard truth. You can't eliminate all risk, and you'll never be 100% secure. Anyone who tells you otherwise is either lying or doesn't understand cybersecurity. The real goal is to intelligently balance cyber risks with your available controls and budget. This means actively identifying and continuously monitoring risks, and then making informed, business-driven decisions on how to treat them. You have several options for each risk. You can accept it, avoid it, share it, transfer it through insurance, remediate it completely, or mitigate it to an acceptable level. A truly effective CISO in this role must think like a business manager first, not just a cybersecurity expert. The second strategy involves secure configuration baselines, and this is incredibly powerful, yet often overlooked. Here's a statistic that should wake you up. Gartner has noted that 99% of cloud and firewall breaches are due to misconfiguration. By implementing and maintaining secure baseline configurations for all your systems, laptops, servers, cloud assets, network devices, you're building security from the ground up. This approach also helps you align with compliance frameworks like CIS controls and STIGs, which can streamline your compliance efforts significantly. The third strategy is embracing proactive and predictive security. This represents a fundamental shift from simply reacting to threats to actually anticipating them before they happen. AI-powered tools are absolutely transforming this space. They can analyze vast data sets to identify anomalies, recognize attack patterns, and even predict potential threats, allowing your team to take preemptive measures. It's like having a crystal ball for cybersecurity. Not perfect, but incredibly valuable. The fourth strategy is leveraging compliance as a strategic ally. Now, I know what you're thinking. Compliance is usually seen as a burden, right? Those endless checklists, audits, paperwork. But here's the thing. A shrewd CISO can actually use compliance frameworks like NIST CSF, ISO 27001, or CIS controls to strengthen their security program. For example, you can use compliance requirements to justify critical projects like network segmentation that might otherwise be hard to get approved. Here's a valuable insight. All major compliance frameworks ultimately map back to NIST 853B, which can significantly streamline your compliance management efforts. The fifth strategy is understanding the shared responsibility model, especially in cloud environments. When you're adopting cloud services, security becomes a shared effort between you and your cloud provider. For instance, with infrastructure as a service, the cloud provider manages the underlying physical infrastructure, networking, and hypervisor security. But you, the customer, are responsible for securing your virtual machines, operating systems, applications, and data configurations. Getting this wrong can leave massive security gaps. The sixth strategy is DevSecOps, also known as shifting left. This principle means integrating security into every single stage of your software development lifecycle, right from the initial planning and coding phases, instead of treating security as an afterthought. This includes crucial practices like continuous threat modeling, where you are constantly evaluating potential threats to your applications and generating software bills of materials, or SBOMs, which give you visibility into all the components in your software stack. The seventh strategy involves implementing a cloud-native application protection platform, or CNAPP. This is a powerful tool for comprehensive cloud security that provides holistic protection across your entire cloud environment, from development all the way through runtime. CNAPPs enhance collaboration by sharing security context between your development teams, DevOps teams, and security teams. They can tie together various security tools, offer actionable insights, and help identify those dangerous blind spots that attackers love to exploit. Plus, they're customizable to your specific threat landscape and compliance requirements. Now, let me talk about two game-changing approaches that are reshaping how we think about cybersecurity. First is the Zero Trust security model. This is revolutionizing in network security by completely moving away from the traditional idea of a trusted internal network. Zero trust assumes that no user or device is inherently trusted regardless of where they are located, whether they're in your office, working from home, or connecting from a coffee shop. It mandates strict identity verification and continuous monitoring for every single access attempt. It is like having a security checkpoint at every door in your building, not just at the front entrance. Second, with the rapid adoption of AI across all industries, we absolutely must address AI-related cybersecurity concerns. These new risks include data leakage to AI systems, the malicious use of AI by hackers to launch more sophisticated attacks, and algorithmic bias that could create security blind spots. Deploying AI safely requires implementing responsible AI practices and leveraging frameworks like the NIST AI Risk Management Framework to ensure you're not inadvertently creating new vulnerabilities while trying to improve your security posture. Let me share a real-world example of how these principles come together. Imagine a mid-sized financial services company that experienced a sophisticated phishing attack. An employee clicked on a malicious link, giving attackers initial access to their network. In a traditionally secured environment, this might have been catastrophic. But because this company had implemented a cyber resilient approach, here's what happened. Their endpoint detection and response system immediately flagged the unusual behavior. Their zero trust architecture prevented the attackers from moving laterally through the network. Their secure configuration baselines meant that even compromised systems had limited attack surfaces. Their tested backup systems allowed them to quickly restore any affected data. And their incident response plan, which they regularly practiced, meant they could contain and resolve the incident within hours, not days or weeks. The result? What could have been a business-ending event became a minor disruption that actually strengthened their security posture through lessons learned. This is the power of cyber resilience in action. Now, you might be wondering, this all sounds great, but how do I actually get started? Let me give you a practical roadmap. Start with the honest assessment of where you are today. Do you have those 5 basic security pillars in place? If not, focus there first. There's no point in implementing advanced strategies if your foundation is shaky. Next, conduct a thorough risk assessment. Understand your most critical assets, your biggest threats, and your current vulnerabilities. This will help you prioritize your investments and efforts. Then develop a roadmap that balances quick wins with long-term strategic initiatives. Maybe you can implement MFA across your organization in the next month, but your zero trust architecture might take 2 years to fully deploy. Throughout this process, remember that cyber resilience isn't a technology problem. It's a business problem that technology can help solve. Make sure you're involving stakeholders from across your organization, from the C-suite to your frontline employees. And finally, remember that this is an ongoing journey, not a destination. The threat landscape is constantly evolving, and your cyber resilience program needs to evolve with it. As we wrap up today's discussion, I want you to remember this. True cyber resilience isn't about building impenetrable walls around your organization. It's about building a security program that's dynamic, recovery-focused, and intelligently integrates foundational security with advanced strategies. By embracing these principles, from robust risk management and secure configurations to proactive threat intelligence and cutting-edge technologies like AI and SynApp, your organization can not only defend against cyber threats, but actually thrive when facing them. The digital world will always be a battleground, But with the right approach to cyber resilience, you can ensure that your organization not only survives, but emerges stronger from every challenge. The question isn't whether you'll face a cyber incident, it's whether you'll be ready when it happens. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, building cyber resilience is a journey, and every step you take makes your organization more secure and more resilient. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Your future self will thank you. And that brings us to the end of today's deep dive into cyber resilience. I really hope you found this content valuable and that it's given you some new insights into how to think about cybersecurity beyond just the basic security measures. Now, if you enjoyed what we covered today and found it useful for your work or your organization, I'd really appreciate it if you could take just a moment to subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you'll be notified whenever we release new content in this series. And trust me, we've got some incredible topics coming up in the next modules that you won't want to miss. And hey, if you think I've earned it, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and lets me know that this content is resonating with you and providing real value. I'd love to hear from you in the comments section. Your feedback is absolutely fundamental for helping me understand how to improve this content and make it even more useful for everyone. Whether you have questions about something we covered today, suggestions for future topics, or you just want to share your own experiences with cyber resilience, please leave a comment below. I read every single comment, and some of the best improvements to this series have come directly from viewer feedback. Plus, the comment section often turns into these amazing constructive discussions where everyone learns from each other. And honestly, that's one of my favorite parts about creating this content. Look, what I'm asking for really isn't much, right? It takes literally a split second to hit like and subscribe, and maybe just a few minutes to leave a thoughtful comment. And here's the best part. It's all completely free. You're not paying anything for this content, but your engagement helps me continue creating it and reaching more people who can benefit from it. So please take those few seconds to like and subscribe. And if you've got a minute or two, drop a comment below. Let me know what you thought about today's content, what you'd like to see more of, or any challenges you're facing in your own cybersecurity journey.
Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll continue building your cyber resilience knowledge together.